Welcome to Clover Shared Offices here in Clover, South Carolina. So as you can see, I am standing here outside of the building in our parking lot. Now, for those of you who are interested in our long-term tenant leasing, suites 4 and 5 are available with these designated parking spots. Again, suites 4 and 5 are available with these designated parking spots. Suite 3 is occupied, and this parking spot is right beside this handicap parking spot. Now, this is a great spot for any of your clients or guests who have accessibility concerns, as well as this accessibility ramp to the right of that parking spot. All right, so let's talk about business a little bit. So a lot of you value visibility when it comes to your clients or guests who are on their way to see you. This for lease sign will be replaced by an LED monument, and that monument will feature your business name. That way people from either sides of traffic can see that you are here at Clover Shared Offices. So let's go ahead and move forward on the property. So that little bird sound that you just heard is actually our security camera. This camera records the back, side, and front of the property, and yes, that view includes the parking lot, making sure that your car is secure, as well as you being able to see who's coming in and out of the office when you are not here. Now, right next to that camera is our directory board, and as you can see, Suite 3 has already listed their business name on here. As a long-term tenant, you will have the privilege to do the same thing. Now, for my pop-up tenants, I like to move to this bench and this plug-in right here. Now, as a pop-up tenant, you do have very limited workspaces here on the property, and this is one of them. Now, I do recommend sitting out here on warmer days, but if you are one of those people who enjoy cold weather, then go ahead. Now, let's move over to these bikes. These are resources for our long-term tenants. You are free to use these bikes as they are available, and they come with helmets for protection. Now that we've covered our outside bases, let's go ahead and move into Clover Shared Offices. All right, now we are stepping into our beautiful waiting room within the office building. Now, for my pop-up tenants, this is another workspace that is accessible for you. And I like to highlight that we have several seating arrangements, not only for you pop-up tenants, but if there are any guests coming to speak with other tenants, or you, or any clients waiting for appointments, or if you guys choose to have an interview, this is a great spot to have it. Now, for those who are waiting on you, we have magazines to entertain them, as well as this television. And if they bring their own device, that's fine, because we have a charging station for them and for you pop-up tenants to use. Now, I also like to highlight for my pop-up tenants that if you have any private phone calls you need to hold, this noise cancellation phone booth is perfect for you. All right, so our last key feature is our Skylight digital calendar. It shows what's going on in the office at what time, and if you have an event, you can add yours too. Now that we've had a great experience in our conference room, let's keep the momentum going by visiting Suite 1. Are you interested in a suite that allows you to have privacy, but the ability to step in and out of the Clover Shared Office community in moments? Then Suite number 1 is perfect for you. Now, as you can see, we are immediately met with a storage closet in Suite 1. This storage closet is great for storing tools, large packages, and gifts that your clients or guests may bring you. Now let's put our focus back on the overall suite. Now, I like to reiterate that each suite comes fully furnished with a whiteboard, a monitor, and a desk. And if I must say so myself, Suite number 1 has the best desk in the building. It is a floating desk with lots of storage space on both sides underneath, and a sturdy desk chair that will make you feel both safe and secure whenever you sit in it. We've also provided you with a game of tic-tac-toe on those days when you have a bit of free time. One of the great things about a fully furnished office is that you can see the creativity beaming in this corner. Now, there are several pieces here that are my favorite, but I truly love the plant and ukulele decor. But it's not about what I love. What I think you will love, though, is the fact that the window is right across from the desk, so you can see who's coming in and out of Clover Shared Offices, as well as seeing whenever you may have a guest or visitor arriving. Let's walk back through the conference room and take a step into the kitchen. Now, as you are walking into the kitchen, you will notice to the right of you that we have an industrialized printer, fax machine, scanner, and copier all in one. This tool is really great when you have important documents to share in only a short amount of time. This is one of our favorite pieces of equipment because we are able to also share mail and emails with anyone, anywhere. And yes, you can do the same. Now, once your documents have served their purpose, you're able to shred them, ensuring that your information and privacy are properly protected. As a long-term tenant, I would like to remind you that you have free access to all amenities, utilities, and supplies. To the left of the printer, you will find a supply closet and cabinet full of all sorts of useful tools to get through your day at the office. So as you can see, the supply closet is equipped with tissue, cleaning supplies, water, extension cords, a broom, a mop, and other useful tools that you can utilize throughout the day. For those of you who are more interested in our paper and pen type of supplies, they are right beside the supply closet. We have Sharpies, calculators, whiteout, a scale, lots of colorful markers for those creative endeavors, a plethora of tape, and loads of pens so you can never stop creating. Now for my pop-up tenants, I like to mention that the kitchen is another area that you can work in. If you happen to be a late night worker, then this is a great area for you to work because these wide light panels light up the area quite nicely. Now for my long-term tenants who are also late night workers, and you may find yourself in the kitchen or in your suite feeling parched, you should come right over to the fridge. You'll find it to be always fully stocked with waters, sodas, juices, and even wine. All right, so let's move away from the fridge and take a good look at this island. Now, for pop-up tenants, I think this is a great spot to be productive and converse, but also be able to plug in using our hot countertop. As you can see, with just a press of a button, you are met with a wall outlet and a few places to plug in USB cords. Now, of course, you're going to get hungry throughout a busy day, which is why we have a microwave for those who like to meal prep, or if you're eating leftovers that day, that's great too. But if you're interested in only snacking and want something warm and buttery, we have a popcorn machine right below the microwave that you can use as a long-term tenant. As people of business, we know that you always have to have an early start to be successful. But sometimes we need a little bit of a kickstart, which is why as a long-term tenant, you have access to this coffee bar. Right in this corner, we have a series of creamers and flavors, 2 coffee makers, a coffee grinder, as well as supplies to put all that good stuff in. Cups, teacups, and coffee pods. Right next to our coffee bar is suite number 3, and they have happily moved in and made themselves at home. After all, only home can provide you with your own mailbox, right? To the left of suite 3, we have personal and private mailboxes with key-only access for each office suite. Right below our suite mailboxes are the virtual mailboxes. These users are from near and far, and they trust us to copy and scan their mail from our property to their fingertips utilizing software like iPostal. As you can see, we have placed another workspace right in the kitchen next to the mailboxes. Similar to our suites, we've equipped this area with a monitor, a desk, and a well-built chair. Now, usually you may see a project manager sitting here and completing tasks, but if it's empty, then pop-up tenants, you can use it. If you are wondering where the bathroom was, then it is right here. Our bathroom is a clean, unisex bathroom that is also handicap accessible with opaque windows protecting your privacy. All right, so let's head on over to suite number 2, which I would like to mention as a long-term tenant, only you will have keypad access to this suite. Suite 2 is very intimate but welcoming. This suite features a whiteboard for those amazing ideas you need to jot down, a grass ceiling and a light with gold trim, some decor and a game of Scrabble, a speaker for those who work better with music, as well as a mug rack on the wall for you, a filled wine rack for those stressful days, a corner shelf that you're welcome to redecorate, and what I saved the best for last is our desk, monitor, and sturdy, durable, and may I add, lovely colored chair. If you're an individual worker who prefers quieter workspaces without distractions while also gaining the benefits of natural light, Suite 2 is made for you. As we leave Suite 2, turn your attention to this amazing directory. Let's say you came into the office to grab a few things before an important business trip and you need to catch a ride to the airport. This directory allows you to order rides so you can travel efficiently and safely. Not only that, you may need some documents notarized. This directory can help you find a notary. You can even go as far as using and finding sources for fingerprinting. All right, so as mentioned, we do have 2 suites available here at Clover Shared Offices, that being suite number 4 and suite number 5. Let's go ahead and start at suite number 4. All right, so first thing I like to mention is that each suite comes with its own keypad and key. Now, as a long-term tenant, you will be the only one who has access to your suite. Now, you can either use a code or a key, and today we'll be using a key to enter. All right, so let's just go ahead and take in all that suite number 4 has to offer us. As you can see, we have 2 large windows allowing natural light to spill into the office space. Into this window to our right, you are able to see the parking lot and the road whenever guests or clients arrive. Now, these suites are fully furnished with a whiteboard, a monitor, a sturdy desk, and a durable chair. Now, suite number 4 does have 2 chairs. This is really great if you have any clients or guests who are going to be working in your office space with you. But even if you aren't, that's all right. Although suite number 4 is fully furnished, you have the freedom to customize this office as much as you would like. Now, over here is a closet that you can use for storage, because we know as business people, we have so many tools that we utilize on a daily basis, and it's important that we have somewhere to store them. All right, so let's go ahead and move out of this closet and look at some more of the decor here. We have this gorgeous wine rack with a few bottles on it, a radio, a plant, and some book decor, and a gorgeous mug on here. And we also have this popcorn machine area. And for your own entertainment, we also offer a dartboard in suite number 4. Again, this is suite number 4, and look at this gorgeous ceiling fan. You want to see something really cool? This ceiling fan is remote control. So we're just going to grab this remote here, and this remote has several settings on it. We're going to go ahead and press the setting 2 for the fan and just give it a moment. And boom, there you are. Your ceiling fan has been activated through the remote. All right, so let's go ahead and move on over to suite number 5. Now, again, I like to pause right here before we enter and just reiterate that your security is one of our top concerns, and you will have the privilege of creating your own passcode or just using this key to enter, as I am doing. Now, suite number 5 is also very gorgeous and filled with natural light from these 2 large windows, very spacious. And as we approach this window, I just want you to prepare for the view I'm showing you. You have a beautiful landscape scene of the property in the back. And then at this other window, much like suite number 4, you are able to see when your guests and clients are coming and going. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of the key features that office suite number 5 has to offer. My personal favorite is the coffee corner, several mugs, a coffee machine for those busy days. And then we're going to move along here to the wine rack And all of this storage is just for you. 2 closets equipped for all your tools, a dartboard game for your entertainment, and of course, as mentioned with every suite, a monitor, a whiteboard, a very sturdy and spacious desk for anything you may need to store underneath you, and a strong, durable computer desk. Now, I will like to highlight that the desk in suite number 5 is a hot desk, meaning you can plug in things to the back of it. Very useful for all those tools that are dedicated to you being successful in your business endeavors. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward with this last key feature within suite number 4. So this may appear to be a regular normal light within the office suite, but if you are a fan of the ceiling fan in suite number 4, this is exactly what this is, just a different model. So as you can see here, I've set the fan on a setting of medium, and the fan's wings spread out as they begin to cool down the room. And just a reminder, this remote is right next to your light switch, so when you end your day, you can place it right back in its holder and head out of suite number 5. All right, let's go ahead and leave suites 4 and 5 and head back down the hallway and down the stairs so we can get back to the waiting room. All right, so now we are entering the waiting room again, and you get to see it from a different angle this time. Now, since we were on the topic of ceiling fans earlier, I thought it would be great to show you the one in the waiting room too. While this fan isn't remote control like the others, it does have a control panel. Using this panel that I'm approaching is very easy to use. By just the press of a button, you are able to turn the ceiling fan light on and off. You can also change the speed of the ceiling fan. Having circulating air is very important because you never want to get too hot or too cold anywhere you are, especially in the Carolinas. Once you're all done, all you have to do is press the power button and the ceiling fan and the light will shut off. Now, before we enter our state-of-the-art conference room, I like to mention that this room is secured by not 1, not 2, but 3 doors to guarantee your privacy and your security during those important phone calls within the conference room. Let's go ahead and dive in there. Here at Clover Shared Offices, we have a commitment to technology and efficiency. So to maintain that commitment, we have provided you with internet. Not just any internet, but fast internet. This way, you can quickly begin tasks, calls, meetings, and more. Speaking of meetings and calls, let's go ahead and take a look at our conference room table. This table seats 6 employees, allowing you as a business owner to work intimately with your team. Now, what better way to work with your team than using a hot table? This table offers you several spots on the table to plug in using wall outlets or USB cords. Growing a business can require a lot of communication, which is why we've equipped you with a telephone that you can dial in anyone with just the press of a button. Now, let's say you need to have a more private conversation with someone in the room. All you have to do is press the mute button, and the person on the phone cannot hear your conversation. Now, once you're done chatting, you can simply bring them back in by hitting the mute button again. Now your microphone is on, and you can use this detachable microphone for a more clear and concise conversation. Another way to maintain great communication is using our digital monitor with a 2-way camera. This isn't just any old video chat setup. This is state-of-the-art poly technology. Let's take a moment here to check it out. The first thing you want to do is connect your laptop to the HDMI cord. But if you have a laptop like mine that doesn't have that already installed, you can just use the USB adapter. To use the poly technology, you'll be using 2 mouses. The one on the right will be used for the poly monitor. The one on the left is for your device. Once your device is connected, it should automatically display on the main monitor. Let's go ahead and take the mouse that controls our device and click on different tabs to make sure it is being mirrored on the monitor, which it is. Right now I'm viewing Polly's whiteboard, and I'm doing this so I can show you guys in real time how to use all features of Poly technology. So we're going to alternate between our device and the conference room monitor. Again, the black mouse controls the monitor. While the whiteboard is active, let's say that you are in the middle of a team meeting and have a few demonstrations that you need to show. To the left of the screen, there is another panel, and the first button shown is a pen icon. Clicking on it allows you to use the pen, but also change the pen size. A few icons down, you will also find a few colors that you can choose from, just in case you need to differentiate any of your demonstrations. As you can see, using the mouse allows you to— Wait a minute. What if I only want to have my demonstration on the screen for a quick moment so my team can make notes of it? You will just simply use the second icon, a temporary marker that fades away in real time. You're probably thinking, wow, that's great, but what if I've seemed to made an error? No problem. Just use this eraser button to clean it up. Now let's say the eraser worked a little bit too good and you've removed something that you wanted to keep. All you have to do is use the undo button right below the colors and it will undo your previous action. Now let's switch between the content and show you one more amazing feature that Polytechnology has to offer. To switch back to your monitor screen, you'll simply double click the bottom center of our screen and you'll see several options pop up. What you want to click is Content. In the far left corner, you will see the HDMI input, which is your screen. As you can see, our menu is still active. We can either wait for it to go down on its own, which won't take long, or simply click the screen. Now let's say that you're showing your team some photos or an email or maybe a Microsoft Team message. What if someone wants to capture that moment? You have the ability to do so by simply clicking this button to the left and allowing Poly Technology to archive that picture in the content folder. Once it's all said and done, you can just simply click End Session. Here at Clover Shared Offices, our goal is to supply your needs as much as we can, especially your creative ones. Our supply area offers you delivery boxes, envelopes, notebooks and sticky pads, rubber bands, rulers, memos, and more boxes because we know you'll have many people using your products. To the left of that area, we have calculators, a label maker, a stapler, Sharpies, a scale, tape, and lots of markers. Now, what's a supply area without lots and lots of pens to write down all those important dates and information that you have, as well as lots, and I do mean lots, of tape to seal all that information up? Last but not least, what good is a pen without its paper? Now, after using all those supplies to have a busy and successful day, you may need to wind down and relax. Well, that's no worries here. We have the perfect thing for you to relax. Can you guess what it is? If you guess wine, then you guessed correctly. This wine cooler holds up to 24 wine bottles to accommodate you after a long and busy day. You may also see us using this wine cooler whenever we're having our happy hours on Thursdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Now, let's say you relaxed a little more than usual and you may need to order a personal ride so you can get to your destination safely. By using this keyboard and mouse, you will have the ability to control our digital directory. This directory isn't just great for ordering rides and getting to where you need to go safely, but you can also use it to order fingerprints, locate notary services, and locating other business databases with the simple press of a button. Shortly after hearing about all the exciting things Clover Shared Offices has in store, you must be ready to hear about the leasing information. So let's go ahead and discuss it. What you are currently viewing is the full flyer for long-term leasing information. This flyer and others will be broken down throughout the video. As you can see, we currently have a special offer going on. Usually our long-term leases are priced at $695, but if you rent today or by the end of January, you can get a suite for 35% off at the price of $451. That sounds like a great deal to me, but if you aren't convinced yet, Let's go ahead and talk about the benefits of being a long-term tenant. These benefits include free amenities such as drinks, coffee, wine, beer, and other refreshments or snacks you may find in the kitchen, access to our digital directory for convenient services, a free virtual mailbox, a designated space within the office building that comes with a storage closet, by the way, free range of the office building, and all supplies and utilities are included in your lease for free. Your office suite also comes fully furnished with a monitor, a spacious desk, comfortable chairs, and a whiteboard for brainstorming. Now, if you like to add your own creative touch, you have the right to customize your office space. You will also have keypad access for your security. Security is very important to us, so I like to reiterate that only you will have keypad access to your office suite. Clover Shared Offices also has an exterior camera that covers the front, back, and side of the property for all of our safety. As a long term tenant, you will also have a designated parking spot. And if you have any guests who have accessibility concerns, we've provided you all with handicap parking and an accessibility ramp. Now, we know being visible as a small business is really important, which is why you, as a long term tenant, will have your business listed on the LED monument near the road and on the directory board near the entrance of Clover Shared Offices. As a long term tenant, you have free access to our state of the art conference room. Our state of the art conference room is a great space for team meetings because it seats 6 employees and it has a large hot table with several areas to plug into. Our state of the art conference room also has state of the art technology. Poly technology allows you to have a two-way camera for video conferences, a digital whiteboard for demonstrations, the ability to display your PC screen with your team, and be able to capture photos on the monitor. As you can see, we're big fans of communication, so we've also provided you with a central telephone for long distance calls. This telephone has the ability to mute and unmute conversations, and it has detachable microphones for clear and concise communication. Also, did I mention that this is free if you're a long term tenant here at Clover Shared Offices? Because it is. This is the entire flyer for the pop up tenant leasing information. Let's go ahead and move forward so I can give you the rundown of everything. As a pop up tenant, you do have more limitations than a long term tenant, but you can still experience a nice workspace within or outside of our building. Our pop up tenant lease is originally priced at $99, but just like our long term lease, we are currently offering our leases at a 35% off discount, and you can be a pop up tenant for only $69 if you rent by the end of January, or better yet, today. Our pop up tenant lease includes daily pop up desk access, a free virtual mailbox, pre arrival coordination for a seamless experience, free internet access, and a few workspace options. You can work outside, in the kitchen, or in the waiting area. And in the waiting area, we do have a charging station. And in our other areas, there are plugins available for your devices. Each area is controlled in a quiet workspace. This is really great for flexible workers who don't need a designated area within the building and don't have many items to store. All right, so I would love to reiterate our state of the art conference room that seats 6 people, has a hot table, has poly technology, and a conference telephone. And while you are able to use this as a pop up tenant, you do have a few limitations for it. You will have to pay $5 an hour to use the conference room, with a minimum of 1 hour and a maximum of 8. If you would like to include the poly technology during your booking, then you will have to pay an extra $5 for that technology. It's a small fee and is surely worth the cost to your successful meetings. Now, if you are ready to experience the Clover Shared Office community, but not ready to fully commit, then we are giving you a day pass to our place of business. This day pass provides you with pop-up desk access, similar to a pop-up tenant, but only for $9.95 a day. This is great for business owners who may only be in the area on special occasions, or for those who are passing through and need a quiet, flexible, and controlled workspace. Now, if you missed the news, our long term and pop up leases are currently discounted by 35% until the end of January 2024. Our long term leases were originally $695, but are now $451. Our pop up leases were originally $99, but now they're $69. And if you would love some pop up desk access for only a day, then you can get that for $9.95. If you're ready to take your business and workspace to the next level, go ahead and contact us at 803-810-6333, or you can email us at info@csharedoffices.com, or simply visit our website to get started. We're looking forward to seeing you here at Clover Shared Offices.